My MIL bought a DNA kit. I found a half-brother, and it led me straight to my dad at last. I grew up without a father. My mom was lost for a long time. Drugs, couch hopping, bad boyfriends, always one step from trouble. A car crash at 19 scared her straight. She got clean, went to college, and built a good life. I never blamed her, but I learned early not to trust men. I watched true crime with my grandma and kept my guard up. I never let my mom's guys get close. No one hurt me, but I stayed ready to run. I decided I didn't need a dad. I told myself I was fine not knowing. Still, some nights I would stare at the ceiling and wonder if he was alive, or if he had the same eyes. Years passed. I'm 23 now and engaged to my fiancée. We've been together since we were 15. Her dad isn't perfect, but he shows up. My grandpa shows up too. He taught me how to change oil, fix a leaky pipe, and throw a line in a quiet lake. Between the two of them, I learned men can be safe. Me and my mom talk better these days. Sometimes we try to piece together the past. She only remembers a guy who worked at a liquor store, let her crash, then moved out of state. No name, just a face that faded when her life broke and restarted. Last Christmas, my future mother-in-law gave us ancestry DNA kits. My fiancé joked it might help find my dad. I brushed it off. I cared more about what countries showed up in my blood. We spit in the tubes, mailed them, and forgot about it. 8 weeks later, the results hit my phone. I opened the app and froze. There was a match. A half-brother. The number said 25% shared DNA. My heart kicked hard. I clicked his profile. He looked like me around the eyes. I went straight to Facebook. He had an account. I typed a message, deleted it, typed again. I added a screenshot of the match so he'd know I wasn't playing games. I hovered over the send button and heard that small push inside. Do it. I hit send. That night I set my phone face up and watched the screen dim. Days passed. Nothing. Then a ping. He wrote back. He sounded warm and a little surprised. He said he was happy there was one more person in his tribe. I smiled and fired off too many questions, then apologized for being a lot. He took time to answer. I told myself not to expect much. He gave me his father's name. I searched and got nowhere. Weeks later he posted a photo with his dad and tagged an Instagram. I found the page, stared at the face, and felt the floor tilt. I sent a short message about what we'd found. He replied the next day. He said he used to live near my mom. He worked at a liquor store. He moved out of state. It fit. He gave me his number. On the phone his voice was calm, curious, careful. He said, "You look like us." He said he'd take the same DNA test so we'd both know for sure. He told me he had 5 kids. He talked about them like a proud coach. He slipped and called them my brother and sister. I liked it, but it scared me. What if the numbers were off? What if he was an uncle, not a dad? I started a list of things to ask and a list of ways to protect my heart. Weeks turned into months. We traded texts and stories. He sent good morning messages and old photos. I sent baby pictures my mom kept in a shoebox. He told me about music he loved and food he missed from home. I told him about the girl I planned to marry. We both tried not to get ahead of the facts. 4 months later, my phone lit up. A screenshot came through from him. It showed a bold line and one simple label. Parent and child. 50% shared DNA. I stood in the kitchen while my fiancée stirred a pot and felt my chest crack open. I handed her the phone and folded into her arms. I couldn't stop shaking. I was crying and laughing at the same time. He called. We hit FaceTime. His eyes were wet before he spoke. He said he was sorry for missing everything. First words, first steps, first heartbreak, first win. He said if he had known, he would have been there with both hands. I told him he hadn't done anything wrong. He didn't know. We sat there on the screen and let silence do the rest. After that, he checked on me every morning. Little texts. How are you? Eat breakfast. Call me later. We talked about meeting. We picked a month. We picked a place. Arizona, near where he was now. I booked 2 seats. My fiancé held my hand at the gate while my leg bounced until they called our row. When we landed, my phone buzzed again. We're by the doors. I saw him before he saw me. He looked like a future version of my face. The sliding doors kept opening and closing. We walked fast without meaning to. Neither of us spoke. When we reached each other, we both stopped, then stepped in. He wrapped me up and I held on. We stayed like that while the airport noise washed around us. His shoulders shook. Mine did too. I felt the weight I'd carried since I was a kid slide off like a heavy pack. He said my name, just my name, and I knew it was real. Now some relatives are saying I'm cold for not letting him walk me. Was I wrong?